Your brain has a built-in filter, eagerly accepting information that confirms what you already believe and subtly dismissing anything that doesn't. This isn't just stubbornness, it's a powerful cognitive bias. Welcome to The Explainer. Today we're taking a really exposing journey into the very architecture of human thought, looking closely at how our own minds deceive us, often without us even realizing it's happening. Just think about the sheer power of that built-in filter for a second. We see this play out in our daily lives all the time, don't we? Imagine two die-hard fans of opposing sports teams watching the exact same game. A controversial penalty gets called by the referee. Now they're looking at the exact same instant replay, the exact same angles, and the exact same set of facts, yet they walk away with entirely different, completely genuine conclusions about what just happened. Neither person thinks they're lying. Both are absolutely convinced they're being objective. But that filter is shaping how they interpret every single data point. It influences how we interact with our families, how we vote, and ultimately how we understand this highly complex world around us.
All right, let's jump right into Section 1, the built-in brain filter defining the beast. So let's put a formal name to this phenomenon we're dealing with. We are talking about confirmation bias. The term was actually coined by an English psychologist named Peter Wasson, and it's defined as the unconscious tendency to notice, focus on, and give greater credence to evidence that aligns with our existing beliefs while actively ignoring or undervaluing contradictory information. Now, the absolute most crucial word to zero in on here is unconscious. According to the research, this is an automatic, unintentional strategy. It is not deliberate deception, it's not malice. Think of it this way. Your brain essentially operates on two speeds. You have a fast, automatic, intuitive system, often called System 1 thinking, which jumps to conclusions in literal milliseconds just to save energy. Then you have System 2, which is the rational, analytical, doubting part of your brain. Well, System 1 is heavily biased to believe whatever feels familiar, and by the time System 2 bothers to wake up and check the facts, System 1 has already filtered the reality you're perceiving. You literally don't even know what's happening.
Moving right along to Section 2, the introspection illusion, how we judge ourselves versus others. Now let's explore a truly fascinating concept that explains why we're so incredibly blind to our own bias, yet so quick to point it out in everybody else. The sheer hypocrisy of the human mind is honestly pretty astounding. When we assess ourselves, we rely on introspection. We look inward to our internal thoughts, our feelings, and our motives. We know we meant well, right? But when we judge others, we rely on extrospection. We look outward and judge them strictly by their external observable behaviors. Think about the last time you were driving. If you accidentally cut someone off in traffic, you immediately justify it internally. You tell yourself, oh, I had a blind spot, or I'm running late for an incredibly important meeting. You know your intent wasn't malicious. But when someone else cuts you off, you instantly assume they're just a terrible, selfish person. We give ourselves the benefit of the doubt based on our invisible good intentions, but we judge everyone else entirely on their concrete actions.
Notice the divergent paths of how we gather this information. Our self-perception relies heavily on that internal introspection, while our social perception of others relies on external extrospection. This creates a massive asymmetry in how we experience reality. Because we have immediate, 24/7 access to our own internal states, we give them immense weight. We feel our own anxiety, our own good intentions, our own logic. We think we're highly objective because we intimately know our own pure motives, but we have absolutely no direct access to the internal states of the people around us.
And this perfectly illustrates why we trust our own internal states as undeniable truth. Because our self-perception stems directly from our own feelings and thoughts, we treat it as an unquestionable, reliable source of information. This leads to what researchers call behavioral disregard, where we basically just ignore our own past bad behavior because, well, our current intentions are good. This creates a massive bias blind spot. We view everyone else as biased and ourselves as perfectly rational. In daily life, this naturally gives rise to intense intellectual arrogance. Think about your worst arguments. Have you ever thought to yourself, I'm just being logical here, and you're just being emotional? Yep, that is the bias blind spot in action. It dramatically escalates interpersonal conflicts because we completely fail to see that everyone else is doing the exact same flawed mental math that we are.
Which brings us to Section 3, mechanisms of the mind. Why our brains do this?
So the million-dollar question is, why are we wired this way? If it causes so much conflict and error, why hasn't human evolution phased this out by now? Well, humans fundamentally act as cognitive misers. It's not that we lack intelligence, it's that we're bombarded with a staggering, overwhelming amount of information every single day. Just like a financial miser hoards pennies, the human brain hoards cognitive energy. We use these mental shortcuts to radically accelerate decision-making. Furthermore, confirmation bias is a powerful defense mechanism to minimize cognitive dissonance. Cognitive dissonance is that incredibly stressful physical mental friction you feel when you encounter information that contradicts a deeply held belief. Imagine someone finds out their favorite, beloved celebrity, someone they've idolized for years, committed a terrible crime. The brain immediately wants to reject the facts, claim it's a conspiracy, or find reasons why the victim might be lying. Why? Because accepting the truth would cause immense emotional pain and mean admitting we were wrong all along. To avoid that psychological stress, our brain just automatically filters out the conflicting data.
Section 4. Real-world consequences. When the filter fails us.
While filtering might protect our egos in the short term, these mental shortcuts lead to catastrophic real-world consequences. This isn't just some harmless quirk. It can literally be a matter of life and death. Let's look closely at a few high-stakes scenarios. In medicine, research shows that highly trained psychiatrists and doctors frequently fall victim to confirmatory information searches. A doctor might formulate a preliminary hypothesis within the first few minutes of meeting a patient, say diagnosing a severe headache as a simple sinus infection. For the rest of the visit, the doctor selectively looks for evidence that supports that initial guess, completely missing the subtle signs of a life-threatening brain tumor, simply because they didn't actively search for disconfirming evidence. In forensics, we see the terrifying impact of contextual bias. Imagine a fingerprint examiner working on a high-profile murder case. If investigators tell the examiner beforehand, hey, we know this guy did it, he basically confessed, we just need you to match his prints to the crime scene, the examiner is far more likely to see a match where none actually exists. They are unconsciously looking for points of similarity to confirm the narrative they've been handed, completely ignoring the discrepancies. This specific bias has led to deeply flawed science and devastating wrongful convictions. And in politics, well, the stakes are societal. Voters consistently ignore facts, statistics, and historical records that contradict their favored candidates' views. When politics becomes tied to our very identity, any attack on our party feels like a personal attack on our ego. This breeds extreme overconfidence and massive societal polarization, as each opposing side becomes terrifyingly certain that they alone possess the objective truth, while the other side is either stupid or evil.
Finally, Section 5. Breaking the echo chamber. Mitigation strategies.
The good news in all of this is that there is a cure, but it requires active, conscious effort to break free from these deeply ingrained evolutionary patterns. We literally have to learn how to outsmart our own cognitive shortcuts. And research points to several evidence-based mitigation strategies. First up is the consider the opposite strategy. What does this look like in practice? Let's actually try a mini exercise right now. Think of a strongly held belief you have. Got one? Now force yourself to write down 3 entirely rational reasons why a smart, well-intentioned person might disagree with you. If you can't do it, your filter is too strong. Second, physically list out alternative hypotheses before making a major decision, just like a doctor forcing themselves to list 3 other illnesses that share the exact same symptoms. Third, and perhaps most importantly, you must learn to embrace the discomfort of cognitive dissonance. When you feel that mental friction, that defensive heat rising in your chest when someone challenges your view, don't run from it. Lean into it. That discomfort is actually the cure. It means you're processing new information rather than just reinforcing old beliefs. And finally, maintain constant self-awareness.
So I want to leave you with this question to carry with you. Are you ready to challenge your own filter? What deeply held beliefs might you be protecting right now by unconsciously ignoring the evidence against them? Recognizing your own bias blind spot is hands down the most powerful thing you can do for your intellect today. If you're serious about sharpening your critical thinking, make sure to like this explainer and subscribe. It is the absolute first step to breaking free from your own echo chamber. Thank you so much for joining me, and until next time, keep questioning what you think you know.